Got a ticket. Literally yelled at this man. So mean.
Your eyes are pretty red.
Welcome back to the channel. Do you even recognize me? I'm solely wearing makeup specifically for the men that said I look better without it. No, I'm just kidding. I was honestly pretty bored and I'm like, I don't really have anything else to do. Let's do my makeup. Also, I'm breaking out super bad and guess what? You'd never know because this is full coverage foundation. I have laundry that I need to clean, so I figured we'd do those. What did I just say? They're already clean. I have laundry that I need to fold, so I figured we would fold those together. I also need to clean my Doc Martens because they're just dusty and gross, so I need to clean those. Also, I need to vent. I need to vent about something. You know, like when people, like you have friends and you guys send each other like memes and TikToks and stuff because it's your best friend that sent it to you, you're gonna watch it. I've sent Kaylee like 500 TikToks and she doesn't take the time to watch any of them. And she sends me like 500 TikToks. And I take the time to watch them because I love TikToks. I stopped sending her TikToks because I'm like, what's the point sending you TikToks if you're not gonna watch them? Also, I'm being, she knows it too. I'm being so petty that I'm not gonna be watching the TikToks she sends me because if she's not gonna watch mine, I'm not gonna watch hers. We started laughing about this the other day and she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's okay. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. No, if she has the time to watch TikToks and send me TikToks, then she has time to watch the TikToks I sent her. Am I overthinking it? No, it hurts my feelings. Like, watch my TikToks. Go do the laundry. This is what we're working with. I hope you can see me because I honestly can't see you. Let me see if I'm in frame over here. Yeah, anytime there's something far away and I can't see it, I literally use... Oh, I gotta stop saying that word. I will use my phone camera and zoom in. Let me think of a story time to tell you first before... Okay, I'll tell you. I thought of one instantly. A lot of people have asked for like story times of if Dace and I had any encounters of like someone trying to break into our car when we were homeless. And yes. Yes. We had many people like approach us during the night. And there was one time I thought someone was, I don't know, trying to get into my car. Here, I'll get to it. For one instance, it was the peak of last summer, and this was like towards the end of our homeless journey. It was just super duper hot for us to be sleeping in our car, and there was nowhere to go, and the only place to go was the coast, but the coast was over an hour away from my urgent care, from my clinic, and so I didn't want to drive all the way to the coast and then have to drive all the way back because that's just a lot of gas. What we did is we drove halfway, and if you guys are from Oregon or if you guys know the Oregon coast, Portland, between those areas, you know of the Mountain View Casino or Mountain Seven Feather, I don't know. It's a casino on your way to the coast. It's a pretty populated area. There's a lot of people out. Anyways, we parked there because I thought it was gonna be like a pretty safe place to park just because like it's being patrolled all night by the police because a bunch of intoxicated people and you know people are winning the lottery. Anyways, so I knew like it was gonna be patrolled and I like to be places where it was highly patrolled just because I knew like the crime scene would be less, if that makes sense. So we're like sleeping there and I'm in a deep sleep. Like I am sleeping really good. It's like one of the best nights that I had gotten because it had been so hot all the nights prior and my windows are tinted obviously at this time. We are like pretty far away from all the other cars. I think I had like a truck next to me and maybe another car behind me, but that was it. Everyone else was just like up parked in front. I wake up to this knocking, but I don't really think anything of it, so I'm just like, Oh my gosh. Also, my back windows were cracked because even though we were like away from the heat, we were like in between the coast and the Portland area, it was still pretty warm, but there was like a breeze outside, so I wanted to keep the windows cracked a little bit in the back for days. And all of a sudden I hear hello, them like going around knocking on my hood. I'm like half asleep, so I don't exactly know what the heck is going on, but he was just like knocking on all of my windows, all of my doors, the hood of my car to see if like there was anybody in here because the windows were cracked, so it'd be like an easy accessible car to rob or do whatever. The moment Dace heard the hood of the car being knocked on, he jumped up. He scared me. When Dace is in protective mode, he's super scary. I mean, he's a German Shepherd, so go figure, but Dace like knew what to do. I jumped up and I looked out and it's this guy in an all black hoodie, all black pants, and he's bolting across the lot. He bolts across into the field and into the dark, and then I never saw him again. Oh my gosh, dude, if Dace hadn't been here, I honestly don't know what would have happened. I don't know if like he would have saw me and been like,
okay, yeah, we're getting her.
Or he would have still been like, yeah, no, we're getting out of here because there's somebody in there. But that was one time and it was pretty scary. That was one of the scary times. A lot of people have asked if we've had any like instances with the police, and yeah, we have, but I've never had a bad interaction with a cop from us living in our car. Except for the time I got a ticket. And I didn't tell you guys because I was actually just so irritated. And it was the day that I had gotten one of my hoodies that said trying my best. But oh my gosh, I ended up getting a ticket because I was in my hometown, I was in Albany. I had just gotten off the freeway. Right when you get off the freeway, it's an instant 35 miles per hour. And I slowed down to, sorry, it's an instant 25 miles per hour. And I slowed down to only 35.
Bruh.
And I got a ticket for that. Got a speeding ticket. It wasn't much. It was like $150, but dude, that really freaking sucked. I'm like, no, that could have been money for a hotel. Like, I was just so irritated. And he comes over to my passenger side door and he's like,
license and registration.
So I give him my license and registration, but I'm like, that address is not my address anymore. And he goes,
So where are you living?
I was like, my passenger seat was just filled with clothes, Dace's food, Dace's water jugs. It was a mess. It was disgusting and it was like piled up. You could tell I was living in my car. I'm like, obviously here, sir. Like, obviously I'm living in this. And he goes, okay, like, I mean, do you have an address I can put on file? Do you have like a P.O. box? I was like, I do have a P.O. box. Gave him my P.O. box information. He was super nice, but I still got a ticket. Whatever. This isn't like a scary story, but I was really frustrated about this too. Dace and I would always go to this one park. I would always go to the very end of the park to where there's nobody there, there's no cars, we're minding our own business. Dace isn't bothering anyone, no one's bothering me. There was oftentimes people would go in passing with their dogs and like we'd say hi, but on these other times, I feel like I told my TikTok live this story. There would be some times where, yeah, we're parked all the way at the end where nobody's at, and all of a sudden there'd just be like these dogs that would just appear out of nowhere. Like, I don't see an owner in sight. We're kind of like in the woods, and I'm always leaving my back door open for Dace so he can jump in, jump out as he pleases. These dogs would jump into the back seat of my car, and I'm not gonna touch it. I don't want to be bad. I don't want, like, I get out and I look around for owner, and I found them, and I'd be like, yeah, your dog's like in my car. Can you get him out? Like, I was not happy because I know how people are with Dace is sometimes off leash. Like, they just don't understand, but Dace is also like a very behaved dog, and he would never do that. So it just irritates me when people don't have their dogs trained off leash and they just let their dogs do as they please. I would never, and if Dace ever did that to anybody else, I would be livid. There was another time where we did have an encounter with, actually no, there was no encounter. Dace was out playing and somebody came up and parked next to us and took their dog out and started playing, and then they met up with a friend. They started playing with their dog. Their dog wanted to play with Dace, so their dog came over to play with Dace, and then it jumped into my car too, and I'm like, and the owner looked back and seen him jump into my car. Oh my gosh, like, this is our home. Get your freaking dog. Don't get me wrong, I love dogs, but like, I know you guys would understand at that point. Do not let your, it just irritates me just thinking about it. I get so irritated. Like, get your dog out of my car. And that's what I said. Like, I was not very nice because he saw this dog getting in and out of my car. It peaked the moment when the dog jumped into my car and then it jumped up into the front seat onto me, and I like pushed it over and I got out and I literally yelled at this man and I'm like, please get your dog out of my car. Also, really, I just like to mention why I was so irritated about it, because I have like 3 other videos that I wanted to share, but it just got too long, so there's just gonna be a whole other story time for all of this. But I was just so irritated because it was like during the winter, so everything was muddy, everything was wet, so every time these dogs jumped into my car, it always got my car so dirty, and especially when the dogs jumped on me, I always got so muddy. And just to like be taking my clothes in constantly to like have them cleaned, and it's not like I had somewhere to shower all the time. Like, I had coworkers that I could shower at maybe once a week. Other than that, like, I had hotels, and like, it was just so frustrating because these dogs were dirty and they weren't trained. If it wasn't for us being homeless, it wouldn't have been a big deal because be able to go home and wash off and clean up and stuff, but because the car was our home, that's why it was so irritating. That's all. And so he called his dog back. He didn't even come over to get the dog out. He just called it and it slowly but surely got out. The man didn't say sorry. He didn't do anything. He just continued on with the conversation with his friend. And I was just so mad. I was so mad we ended up leaving. There was this other time and there was this lady with a black poodle. Guys, tell me why poodles are so mean. Every encounter I've had with a poodle, they're mean. I see this lady with a poodle, and of course this poodle is also off leash. So I think, like, it's kind of staying like next to its owner. It's probably well trained, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I let Dace keep going out there playing with his ball, playing with sticks and stuff. And all of a sudden this poodle comes up and approaches Dace and takes Dace's ball and runs back to the owner, and I'm like, who are you? Okay, maybe he just wants to play ball. The owner asks her dog for the ball and literally runs away and doesn't give the ball to the owner either. So I'm like, oh my gosh, how rude. The poodle runs away from the owner after the owner tries getting Dace's ball back. Eventually, the poodle makes its way back over to Dace, drops the ball off in front of Dace. Dace goes to pick up his ball to get it back, and this poodle starts barking and jumping at Dace. And Dace is like, oh, hell no. Dace was so confused because he thought that this poodle wanted to play. I like stood there and I'm like, okay, that's enough. Get your dog. I almost fainted because I'm like, oh my gosh, my poor Dace. For one, he didn't deserve that. He thought he was just wanting to play with him. And then I'm freaking out because are they gonna get it in like an actual fight? Is he gonna bleed? How am I gonna take him to the vet? How am I gonna care for him? There was so many things going through my head. And as a pet owner, like a mom, I'm sure you guys know. Jeez, that's scary. Oh my gosh. And then there was this other time we were sleeping actually like right next to my work. My manager said I could sleep at my work in the parking lot, but I'm like, no. Like, that's weird. So, like, I was sleeping in a parking lot next to my work that was, like, next to the freeway, but it was a place that was also being patrolled by police because it was, like, a high crime area. It's at a bus stop, so most people park their cars there to get on the bus to go wherever. I had taken some NyQuil. This was one of the nights where it was, like, super cold, so this was, like, at the beginning of our homeless journey. I had just gotten warm. It took me forever to finally fall asleep. And I get this knock on my window, and it's a policeman. I am looking behind me, and his lights are just blaring in my rear view finder. Rear view mirror. Rear view finder? Is that a word? And I'm like, oh my gosh. Of all people, like, why is he coming in to check me? He probably saw like the condensation in my car, so he wanted to see if we were okay, which, okay. He comes in and he's like,
how's it going?
and I'm like, what's going on? And he goes,
Just wondering like what you're doing.
and I'm like, I'm sleeping. He goes,
Are you on anything?
like, what? I'm like, no. He goes,
Are you sure you're not on anything?
I was like, yeah. He goes,
Your eyes are pretty red.
I was like, are they supposed to be purple? You just woke me up. He was like,
Okay, I just want to make sure you're okay.
yeah, I'm sure that's what you were really trying to do. You were probably just like looking for your next ticket to give or whatever. Anyways, I have plenty of other stories, but this video is already 30 minutes long. So we're just gonna cut it here and I'll tell you other stories in another video. We're going to clean do you see how dirty these are? I know you're not supposed to put water on leather, but whatever. They're shoes. Who cares? I actually don't know what to do. How do I do this? Maybe get a washcloth? Duh. Oh yeah, okay. Gosh, I think I've ranted enough for today. I'm almost talked out. You know when you talk so much you get tired of hearing your own voice? If you thought I wasn't gonna make Red Bull's appearance today, you were wrong. Cheers. Have you even seen Dace today? Oh my gosh, Dace, come here. Say hello to your friends. Say hello. Yes, say hello to your friends. He brought over his toys. Both of them, because you can't just have one. Look at him. Oh my gosh. You're too cute. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm gonna touch you. I'm gonna touch you. He loves playing tag. What's super funny is like, because my bathroom connects to my kitchen and my kitchen connects to my bedroom and my bedroom connects to my bathroom, we will literally... Someone's gotta help me. I don't know why I keep saying that. Oh, I just want to punch myself. We will run in circles and he'll be chasing me around this wall, whatever. He'll be chasing me around it and then I'll be chasing. It's just so fun. We just go in circles all day, especially when it's too hot during the day to go outside. We'll just like literally... I'm gonna shut up. I'm shutting up. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and letting me rant and vent to you and listen to my stories. There will be plenty more and I have another exciting vlog coming up. So stay tuned for that. And we love you so much and we will see you on Monday. No, we'll see you on Tuesday. I'll see you every single day because I'm posting every single day. But for our main channel video, we'll see you on Tuesday.